Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Bubble. In this video, I have a little bit of a different video. I'll actually be giving you guys the Kendo guide. A lot of people are asking me how to use Kendo inside my Discord and all that, just like what moves to use, basically everything that you need to know about Kendo, what Kendo's strong suits are, and just basically how to use it. So that's what I'm going to be giving you guys in this video. If you guys end up enjoying it, like, subscribe. My current goal is 20,000 subscribers. And yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing is obviously going to be how you mix and match Kendo's skill points, because if you guys don't know, the last move that you can actually get is at 50 Kendo, so obviously you're going to have 15 spare. So your actual build is kind of up to you. You have two options. You can go 50 for Mortal Ties, or you can go 45 for Pressure Shift. It is completely up to you. I personally recommend everyone to get Pressure Shift because it literally gives you a whole counter for everything. But at the same time, Mortal Ties could be very good if you are doing it as a medic build. But in my honest personal opinion, I think going Pressure Shift is going to be better for majority of you guys, because you still get Flowing Petals and Pressure Shift. I feel like it's just all in all a better build. But what you guys could start doing as well is, because Flowing Petals got a hard nerf, you guys can start going 40 and 25 for some of the speed skill boxes. This might overall be the better build because you guys will just, get some extra stuff in here, but you guys can also get some of the skill boxes. It's kind of just all up to you. Because, like I said, Flowing Petals, they did a hard nerf. You guys can see right here, you can no longer turn with it. You are stuck going inside a straight line. You can curve your attack, but you can't curve your body. So that's kind of all up to you. For Kendo, your best bet might be doing a hybrid build. But yeah, for Kendo, the moves that I personally recommend, the must needed moves for sure is Flower Passage. It's a must needed move. It's literally the best move on the whole moveset. Then you have Delayed Crossing, once again, one of the best moves inside the whole moveset. Vertical Down and Split Date. I recommend getting rid of Split Date if you guys end up getting the Essence, which is Horizon Tour, which looks like this. If you guys did that, then I highly recommend to get rid of Split Date, because Horizon Tour or Vertical Down into Horizon Tour actually does True Pierce, which is the same thing that Vertical Down and Split Date does. So yeah, once you guys get the Essence, I do recommend getting rid of Split Date. Flower or Rising Swallow also must needed move, because you can just guard break someone and then rise them up inside the air. If you guys are a wrong card, Rain Race Arrow is obviously something that you're going to want to use. If you go the Mortal Ties route instead of Pressure Shift, then use Mortal Ties. If you don't, then use Pressure Shift. I have two Ceros, but if I wasn't using these two Ceros, like for example, if I was Soul Reaper or something, then I would personally use Bisection and probably Overpowering Slash. Both of those moves are very, very strong. And then I have Flowing Petals, and then the two skill boxes. The two skill boxes that you guys are going to want to get is going to be Eviscerate and Sonata Flow. These are just overall going to be the best skill boxes for Kendo, and the ones that I personally recommend. So the combos for this is pretty simple. You use like Flower Passage, you hit them. You guys can actually cancel it as well. Let me try to find the NPC to show you guys. But if you right click after the first hit on Flower Passage, then it actually cancels the animation. Which makes it so you can combo even better with it, which is just, in my opinion, way, way better. So basically, once when you hit someone with Flower Passage, all you have to do is right click and it actually cancels it. So you can't actually do it until it hits, but you guys can see basically, it just cancels it. And then I would firstly go into Vertical Down in Horizon Tour, or Vertical Down into Split Gate once you do cancel it. Delayed Crossing can also be used right after Flower Passage. It kind of just depends. After Rising Swallow, you guys are going to want to use Sonata Flow. That is like one of the best combos that you guys can actually do. With Rising Swallow is straight into Sonata Flow, and it will actually work pretty nicely. Let me see if Flower Passage can actually cancel on an NPC, so you guys can see. Boom. Once when I jump up, I just right click and it doesn't jump me up at all, and that part still hits. And then I can Vertical Down Horizon Tour after. Mortal Ties is kind of used in scenarios where someone's trying to play passive against you. You just play more aggro against them, and pretty much it just, misses so they can't run. Obviously, if you have Ceros, then use Ceros. Flowing Petals you use in scenarios where someone is super far away from you, and you kind of need to catch up to them. I think this is around the distance, so you guys can see it. Boom. Okay, well, that's not even the distance. You guys have to be pretty close for Flowing Petals. I'm not gonna lie, it used to be much, much better. And then Eviscerate, you guys can use basically just whenever. The range on it is pretty far, you guys can see. Let's see how much bones it actually is. So, boom. So, it's basically like 2 bones. Decently far range. So yeah, I just recommend using Flower Passage a lot, using Delayed Crossing a lot, because Delayed Crossing is actually a very underrated move. And it kind of depends what race you are as well, but I recommend using your Shikai, your Res, or your Shrift a lot as well. Especially if you guys are light Resurrection right now, it is just a very broken thing that you guys can actually use, because it basically gives you another Flower Passage It's just all in all a very strong theme. But yeah, use your Shikai a lot. Now the strong suits of Kendo and the downsides of Kendo. The strong suits for sure is going to be the fact that how much damage everything actually does with a very low Reiatsu cost. A lot of the stuff for Kendo is very low in Reiatsu cost, but also very high in damage, or at least posture damage. Flower Passage literally does like 4 bars of posture. It's insane. Vertical Down, I think, does the same thing. They used to Dart Break, but I don't think they do anymore. So yeah, just the damage on every single Kendo move is insane. The range of it is pretty decent. Like Flower Passage, Delayed Crossing, Flowing Petals, Eviscerate, even Sonata have pretty decent range, especially if you're like an Arankar and have arrows already. So yeah, it's just very, very good, very high damage, kind of low Reiatsu cost, at least compared to speed. Literally, you do like half the damage as Kendo, but it costs more Reiatsu. The only kind of issues with Kendo is if someone is playing range against you, it is kind of hard to catch up to them if your Flower Passage is on cooldown. The only real way is to rely on your actual Shikai or whatever. Like if you have Theater, then you won't have to worry about someone running against you. But that's kind of the only issue with Kendo, is it's kind of hard to catch up to other people because you don't have an actual TP move like Hakuda and Speed have. But yeah, Kendo, all in all, very, very good. High posture damage, high damage in general. A lot of guard breaks, really good moves. Really good combos as well with Flower Passage, but the problem is like a lot of the combos rely on Flower Passage hitting or Eviscerate or Sonata, so you guys can kind of, you know, just test it out yourselves. But yeah, high damage, really good posture damage, just decent combos, decent range moves. The actual essence is very, very strong as well. If you do Vertical Down and Split Date into Horizon Core, it will do 2 procs of True Pierce, which is just like 2 bars of damage. It's actually insane. Kendo works really well with like 99% of the things inside the game for Shikais, Reses, and all that. But yeah, that is pretty much the full Kendo guide. Like everything else is kind of just personal preference. Like I said, if you are not an Arankar and you don't have Zeros here, what I personally recommend is going to be Bisection and Overpowering Slash. Both of those are very, very strong. You can use Brace as well, which gives you, you know, some reduced damage taken, but I don't personally recommend it. It's kind of all up to you, but I would say use something like my build right here, where I Rising Swallow, Flower Passage, Delayed Crossing, Vertical Down, Horizon Core, Grand Ray, Mortal Ties, 2 Ceros, Flowing Petals, Eviscerate, and Sonata. If you guys are wondering what to replace Grand Ray Cero and both my other 2 Ceros with, then I would say Bisection, Overpowering Slash is a good one. And then for the third one, I honestly think this one's pretty decent. This one's like alright as well. Your third one's kind of all up to you. If you're Storyper, then you can just replace it with your Visored Sarah once we get Visored. But yeah, that is pretty much going to be the full guide to Kendo. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. I know it's a kind of like quick one, with not a lot of actual combat showing how to use it. But those are just the moves that I recommend, what the benefits of actually using Kendo are and all that. Any questions that you guys have, I can answer inside the comment section down below. Just remember, a lot of the moves you can actually like cancel their animation for, especially with Flower Passage. It does make it way better. Because, for example, let me test it on this thing right here. So you guys can, for example, like Flower Passage right here, cancel the animation, Vertical Down, and then like Horizon Core, and it'll do a lot of damage. It works especially well in PvP scenarios as well. But yeah, the Kendo nerf, I mean, it affected it, but mainly in Flowing Petals. Like Flowing Petals got hard nerfed, but everything else is still very, very strong. I still highly recommend Kendo. It's definitely like probably the best thing in the game still. But yeah, that's it for me. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.